everyone, welcome to another RSR. Tonight we are predicting the 2022 FIFA World Cup. I'm giving you my predictions for the tournament the night before, the morning before, depending on wherever you are. Hopefully this still gets some views past the Qatar-Ecuador game. Probably should, but we'll find out. Let's start. Paper pop, nice. Let's start. Group A, of course, has Netherlands, Qatar, Ecuador, and Senegal. Group A. Not that hard of a group to call, but also not that competitive. It's a semi-competitive group, but you know who's probably finishing first. You know who's fighting for second and third, and you know who's fourth. Unless FIFA sticks their hands in it with refereeing. I think we know how this group goes. For me, Netherlands is the clear winner here. They've got the best team in the group. They got great manager Louis van Gaal coaching his last international tournament. Of course, he's leaving the Orange at the end of the tournament due to his cancer diagnosis. Earlier in the year, he'll leave after the tournament. He's coaching through the tournament. Prayers to him as well to get through that as well. But he will be moving on after the tournament. But he is coaching the World Cup, and he's a damn good coach, damn good manager. That team is behind Louis van Gaal. Should have got more time at United when he was there, but that's by the by. But yeah, Netherlands, for me, first place. Second place, I'm still going with Senegal. Even though Sadio Mane won't play the group stage, that's very likely. He is there. Or did they say he was just out? Last I really checked. Last big news I had was, or I heard, was he was possibly able to play the knockouts if they got there, and he was with Senegal. With that being said, though, even without him, Senegal should be able to get out of this group. The point is, he's not playing the group stage no matter what. Even though he's not, Senegal should get out of this group. I still think they're slightly better than Ecuador, even without Sadio Mane. They've got a good team. They've got a tough team. African football is very underrated. Senegal, I think they go through. Third place, Ecuador. Ecuador's played well in CONMEBOL. They played pretty good in qualifying. They got to the World Cup. But for me, besides the fact that they got there, Netherlands, they'll lose to. Senegal could be a draw or a loss. It's teetering. And then Qatar, they should beat. But 3-4 points, I think, isn't enough to get second place. It depends on how much more Senegal probably beats Qatar. But Ecuador has to win 2 games to get through the group. I don't think they beat Senegal. And I don't think they beat Netherlands either. I think it doesn't break their way, frankly. And then 4th place, Qatar. Frankly, I do think there'll be referee shenanigans to help Qatar do better, but doing better is pretty much a sense of, is it a minus 30 goal differential or is it a minus 5 goal differential? Or a minus 7? They'll still suck. They're still going to lose every game. I don't think the referees can help them that much to have them draw 3 games or win 1 and draw 2 or win 2 and draw 1. It's not happening. Qatar, the only thing that happens if they get South Korea level help from the refs is they don't lose their ass. They just lose 3 games. So 4th place, Qatar. Group B, England, Iran, USA, and Wales. Here's the one that I think people are going to get a little bit tight about. First place in the group, I got the United States of America. Yes, I cover CONCACAF. Yes, I want the CONCACAF teams to do well, but honestly, in this group, I think Berhalter is the best manager with the best talent, and that's not easy to say. That's not a very high bar to clear in this group. Southgate's a fraud. Wales, they got good players, but their manager is League One level, and then Quiros basically just tries to bore you to death. You know, for me. Berhalter could thank his lucky stars he got the group that he got. That's all I'm going to say. Because if he got Group C instead of Mexico, he would have got his ass kicked. If he got Group F instead of Herdman, he would have got his ass kicked. If he got Group E instead of Costa Rica, ass kicked. He got a lucky group. It may be the most political group in World Cup history, but he got a lucky group. And I think the talent that the U.S. has will be able to carry them through this group, sort of similarly to Senegal being second in Group A. I think it's a very similar situation. They have some very good talent, the USA. They have some great players. And when they play their best, they could, in spite of Berhalter, win games. And I think in this situation, they are the best positioned team to win the group, in spite of Greg Berhalter. So yeah, first place, United States. Second place. Why? Because I have Wales finishing second. Because I feel like Gareth Bale is just going to have a great tournament. You already saw him be clutch in the MLS Cup. Or at least I did. Most people on this channel did. If you're here from Europe, you probably didn't, except for maybe a highlight pack. But he sent it to penalties. Gareth Bale is a very clutch performer. He didn't need to play much to make a big impact for LAFC. And I guess training helped him stay fit for the World Cup. My point being is, Gareth Bale was saving it all for the World Cup, unbeknownst to every MLS fan. Second place, Wales. And somehow, Aaron Ramsey has the tournament of his life. Daniel James turns into a superstar. Yeah, stuff like that. Now, their goalkeeper's a sieve. This is true. But England sucks. They couldn't score an open play goal until they played Germany. They have problems. So third place, England. They won't finish fourth. But having a manager like Gareth Southgate is going to make you look completely horrible, completely sad, and a failure to launch. For the first time that it should have happened in 2018, should have happened in 2021 for the Euros. But 3 tournaments later, Gareth Southgate becomes what we all thought he would have been at first. Took about 6 years, but no, 4 years actually. 5 years, whatever. Took 5 years, but it played out the way we expected. England's got talent. Yes, they do. But Gareth Southgate is an ultimate fraud. They could not score goals. Open play goals until Germany back in September. And they're just fraudulent. They're just horrible. England, or he's just fraudulent and he's just horrible. And they're not a team with a winning mentality because Southgate hasn't won trophies. Berhalter, similar situation, but he has won trophies because CONCACAF is easier. We'll admit that. At least right now. Or at least when Berhalter won his trophies. Then fourth place, Iran. Queiroz is going, as I said, going to bore you to death with his style of play. I don't see Iran really picking up any points. I think that those games will be tight. Those could really change the goal differential if it's needed. But I think England still beats Iran. I still think USA beats Iran, and I think Wales does. I think Iran will make it tougher than it has to be for those teams, but I think that's all they are is a speed bump in Group B. They should lose all 3 games. They should. Group C, Argentina, Mexico, Poland, and Saudi Arabia. This one isn't so obvious. It is to me, but I think a lot of people think Mexico might be the slightly better team outside of CONCACAF. Well, I'll debunk that for you. But first place in Group C, Argentina, however you want to say it. Argentina with Lionel Messi. They won the Copa America. They're carrying him heavily to try to finally win a World Cup before he retires. I think, personally, Lionel Messi is going to have his moment. He definitely will have a run this World Cup. I don't know how far. I won't tell you how far yet. We'll get there. But right now, I think they'll easily walk the group. I think they're the best team in that group. I think they're the most motivated team in that group. They have some great players. Of course, Emi Martinez in goal, Leo Messi, Dybala, still Dybala, Rodrigo De Paul, Angel Di Maria. They got a team. They got a team, and they'll carry Leo. Messi. They got a good team. And they have a great manager. They've won the Copa America. They've won the Finalissima over Italy. I think things show out that Argentina are going to go deep in this tournament. I think they walk the group to start that off. Second place, Poland. Poland will get out of the group in my book because Mexico under Tata Martino is absolutely horrible. They have fallen off a cliff, the likes never before seen, besides Ghana probably, on this earth. And I know Mexico fans have never seen something this absolutely disastrous. I know that for sure. Poland's got a team, got a good players. They got Lewandowski. He's got to figure out to make this his moment. Karol Swiderski, if he's up top, he can help hold up the ball to get it to Lewandowski as a strike partnership. I think that may be the smartest one for Poland. Karol Swiderski, who played for Charlotte FC in the MLS, is a very good striker. He's a very good striker. Being able to hold up the play for Lewandowski is pretty much should be his job as a strike partnership. I think it should be Swiderski's job. Lewandowski, great player. Poland's got talent, and I think the talent they have and the fact they have that game-breaking player, unlike Mexico, who they don't have Chicharito. They do not have Chicharito. Their strikers are not game breakers. Henry Martin, not a game breaker. Raul Jimenez, not anymore. Ever since the head injury, not anymore. They could have brought Santi Jimenez playing for Feyenoord, and they didn't, which is stupid. Should have brought him, which is why Mexico's third place. Their talent, getting old, very old. They're on the back nine. Santi Jimenez, their more recent game-breaking striker's not there. No Carlos Vela, no Chicharito. Their defense is very Swiss cheese. Their midfield, Swiss cheese as well. Tata Martino, horrible coach. The only time he's ever been really good was Atlanta United. And I know some of you might remember him more from his Barcelona year, where he wasn't that great. He got carried. So, third place Mexico, fourth place Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia did draw the USA, but I don't think Saudi Arabia does really anything in this group. They could spring an upset. I wouldn't be completely shocked. I think Mexico is probably the most likely to get upset, but Saudi Arabia, they'll show out. I don't know if they'll show out. They won't look horrible, but they won't be better than we expect. Group D, Denmark, France, Australia, and Tunisia. This one is going to shock people as well, but I got Denmark in first place. The way they play, they were the first team to qualify for the World Cup. Christian Eriksen is back. He's playing well. Played well for Brentford, playing well for United. Playing well national team-wise. They still got a great team. They're tight-knit, good management. And I think after the Euros, they want to prove that they're not a one-year team or a two-cycle team. They did pretty good in the last World Cup. They did pretty good at the last Euros. And I think they can prove that this team, Denmark, is here. They're not somebody to discount. They're not a team to be like, oh, Denmark? Like Christian Eriksen, but what else? No, they're damn good. They're damn good. They've been playing damn good. Denmark, they're finishing top of the group. Second place, Australia. Now you're saying, Ryan, France is in this group. Why Australia? There's something called the World Cup curse. And France is getting hit with it already. And Nkunku, hurt, out of the tournament. Karim Benzema, out of training, injured. Got a knock in training, Karim Benzema. There's two of your better players. Conte, already out. Pogba, already out. Your midfield is probably going to be Rabiot, Camavinga, and as the pivot, which is not great of a midfield pivot. Didier Deschamps should not have the French coaching job. I don't know why he's still there. I don't think anybody knows. I think everybody agrees it should be Zidane now, not in 2023. But France is going to shoot themselves in the foot. I have a guarantee. France will shoot themselves in the foot. Australia will find a way to get second place. They will find a way to scrap second place. Denmark probably will beat Tunisia, They'll beat Australia. They'll draw France. Australia will probably beat Tunisia, draw France. And they got to hope Denmark does enough of the business. But I think they will. I think they will. Australia finishes second because they got a okay team. They're not a complete bottom feeder. They've got a good team spirit. They're like a worse version of Canada, pretty much. An older, worse version of Canada, pretty much. From what I could tell. Who's been there longer, Australia. And I respect them. But I think the football gods will bless Australia with second place. France gets third place because the curse is already hitting. The champions' curse is already hitting. And Tunisia is fourth because Tunisia, they're probably there just to get rolled. They're there to get rolled. There you go. Group E. We're already halfway through and it's 15 minutes. This will be like a 30-minute video. Jesus. Group E. Spain, Germany, Japan, and Costa Rica. For me, I got Germany first. I did say Spain first a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't see the squads weren't out yet. I didn't realize how transitory Spain was than Germany was. Germany has been pedestrian recently after Hansi Flick first took over and it started to become more pedestrian, but Spain, that's cool. Luis Enrique is Twitch streaming, but they're very transitory. Whatever, however you say it. They're very transitory. So I flipped the teams. Germany, right now, with their squad, the way they're playing, they got some good players. They got a possibility of being great. Joshua Kimmich still there. I say play him in midfield. He could play at wing back. They still got Neuer. Still got a good defense. Strikers. Maybe Jamal Musiala becomes a star here. Really becomes a star here. I think he's a good player. I watched Bayern Munich a good bit for Alphonso Davies, of course. I think Musiala is a good player. And I think he'll become a star here. I really do. I think he catapults Germany to first place. Second place, Japan. Japan is a damn good team. They play very fast. They play a very intense style of football. They really do. And Canada had to fight to win that match in that friendly. Japan's a good team. And they could beat anybody. I think they could beat Spain. Spain's not as good as Canada right now. They'll definitely beat Costa Rica. Costa Rica's going to fight their asses off, but that's 6 points. Maybe 4. Germany will probably be a loss. But if it's 6 points, that's second place, and I think they get it. Japan plays a great style of football. I like the way they play. I think they play very intensely. And I think that's a hard team to beat. I think it's a very hard system to beat. Canada should get more respect for beating that system a couple of days ago. They really should. Third place, Spain. As I said, they're in a very transitory space right now. No David De Gea. No Thiago Alcantara from Liverpool, which is stupid. No Thiago. I mean, Alvaro Morata is still your starting striker. I don't like that. I mean, Morata's somewhat better than he was at Chelsea, but he ain't that much better. Point is Spain, you got to work some things out. You got to be lucky to get into the top two. Spain, third place. Fourth place, Costa Rica. They're going to fight. They got some good players. Benet, Venegas, the last ride of Brian Ruiz, Celso Borges. They still got Keylor Navas. I think it's only good enough to fight, though. I think it's only good enough to possibly spring an upset or two. And by that, I mean upset draws, not upset wins. But it's very interesting how Costa Rica will play. Never disrespect Costa Rica. Never downplay Costa Rica. They're not a bottom feeder fourth like some of these other fourth place teams. It's going to be tight. And Costa Rica will make sure it's tight. They're going to have a better performance than you expect from a fourth place team. Let's just put it like that. Group F, Canada, Croatia, Belgium, and Morocco. First place, I got Croatia. They're the best team in the group. They got a very good youth movement going on. Vardiol, a very good player in that team. They still got Luka Modric, but they got a very good youth movement that didn't really take them off their potential. It was a very smooth youth movement to build this team back up from 2018. They may be better right now than they were in 2018, and Luka Modric is still playing very well. So when you look at Croatia, they're the best team in the group. Belgium's falling off. Morocco, I still think they got a ways to go. Canada's a pretty good team. They're probably the second best team in the group right now. Again, respect the result against Japan. But Croatia's the best team in the group, and Croatia finishes first. Second is Canada. Canada, I think they're going to do enough to get out of the group. I think they're going to beat Belgium because Belgium plays a slower version of what Japan plays, and they already beat Japan. Especially if Eustachio and Davies play, Canada will beat Belgium. I think they beat Morocco. 6 points is enough to finish second. And who knows, maybe they could pull a draw out of their hind ends against Croatia. I don't think they do, but it would be nice to see if they could keep that performance up. But I think they win game 1, game 3, and that puts them into the knockouts. Second place, Canada, and that's no bias. If you watch the way Canada play, Davies, David, Eustachio, Borjan, they're a damn good team. They are definitely the best team in CONCACAF right now. Coaching-wise, players-wise. But let me tell you something. Steven Eustachio is the missing piece, or not the missing piece, the metronome of Canada. Watch out for him. You may know Jonathan David and Alphonso Davies. Watch out for Steven Eustachio. That man is the metronome. He is the reason Canada is so good, the way he plays in midfield. He's a very good midfielder. A very Jorginho-like midfielder, but honestly better. Honestly better. I'd love to see Eustachio at Chelsea. I really would. I really would love to see Eustachio play at Chelsea, replace Jorginho. I would love it, personally. I think that'd be a perfect move. But that's not for right now. Third place, Belgium. Belgium's golden generation is falling off very heavily. They're getting old. By the way, they just lost to Egypt with their best players. Yeah, Canada's going to beat Belgium. Yeah. Belgium, you're done. It's over. Third place. Fourth place, Morocco. They got a good team. They got Achraf Hakimi. They got Hakim Ziyech. They have a new manager. They will definitely fight through the group. They will definitely look a lot better than people would expect. But I don't think it's enough to get out of the group. They could probably beat Belgium too, or at least draw them. I think it's more of a draw likely, but fourth place Morocco, no disrespect, but you're fourth place. Group G, Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon. I got Brazil first place. I don't think there needs to be much of an explanation. By far the best team in that group. Second place, I got Switzerland because they're the best of the rest. Slightly the best of the rest. It's going to be a dogfight through everybody, but I think Switzerland gets it done. Then Serbia third, then Cameroon fourth. I don't think there's much explanation to be had there. Same with Group H. Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and South Korea. Portugal is the best team in that group slightly. I think the whole group's a dogfight, unlike Group G. I think the whole group's a dogfight, but I think Portugal finishes top. I think Cristiano Ronaldo, however you want to say it, the English way or the actual Portuguese way. Cristiano is going to be the best player on that team. He's going to show that he's still got it. He's still got blood coursing through his veins. He's still got ice coursing through his veins. He's still a legend. He's still a star. Under a manager who respects him way more than Erik ten Hag and actually wants to use him. Cristiano Ronaldo, however you want to say it. I gotta throw a bone, don't I? Cristiano is going to make Portugal go pretty far. Definitely first place in the group. Second place, Uruguay. Uruguay, damn good defensively, good offensively. Suarez, Arezeta. They got a good team. Facundo Torres. They got a good team. They beat the hell out of Mexico. They beat Canada. Uruguay and Canada played better in that Mexico game, but Uruguay's a damn good team. Very, very good. And I think they're better than the other two teams, just slightly. I think they finished second. South Korea in third place. Yeah, Heung-min Son will play in the World Cup, but I think Uruguay just nudges them out of second place, nudges them out of the group. South Korea is going to fight. They're going to have chances to be better than expected, but I don't think they get out of the group. I think they could be a pothole for some teams, but I don't think they got out of the group. And then finally, Ghana, 4th place. Ghana, they have a good new generation of players, but I personally believe that Ghana is not good enough to be better than any of those teams in the standings of the group. I think Portugal, Uruguay, and South Korea are obviously better. Ghana has a good team, I think. These teams are all good teams in one way or another, but Ghana, I think fight is the best they can muster. So, the knockout rounds. I'll do these quicker because we don't even know if these will be actually the knockout matches. These are just the way I have them predicted, and this is my full predictions, but this takes a little bit. The groups matter the most. This right now, the knockout stage doesn't matter because it's not the exact knockout stage. When we get to the knockout stage, we'll do more in-depth predictions. If I have to. Maybe things are the same. So, Netherlands versus Wales. I got Netherlands going through. Netherlands is the way better team. Wales, they'll be outclassed by the Netherlands. They'll be outclassed by Dumfries. They'll be outclassed by Memphis Depay. Managing-wise, tactics-wise, they'll be outclassed. Netherlands goes through easily. Then you got USA versus Senegal. The USA beats Senegal. As I said, Senegal gets out of their group pretty easy even without Mane. But the USA just has enough talent to nudge their way through a tie against Senegal, especially without Mane. If he's playing, Senegal probably could win. But I think right now, USA gets through. USA go to the quarters. Argentina versus Australia. Argentina versus Australia. Australia, there we go. That's more like it. Argentina. This is when Australia's magic fairy dust runs out. And besides, didn't they tie Argentina back in 2018? Yeah, Argentina wants a little bit of revenge, I'd presume, and I think they get it. Messi gets his revenge, probably single-handedly. Argentina goes through. Denmark versus Poland. I got Denmark. Denmark, again, better team, better camaraderie. They got some great players, way better group of players than Poland. Poland's a one-man team, maybe 1.5-man team. Denmark has about 4 or 5 great players that they could rely on. Denmark through. Germany versus Canada. This one might be biased, but I think this is a very good matchup. Canada. Canada goes through. I think the matchup here for Germany versus Canada is a very good matchup for Canada. I think they find a way to win. Probably in extra time, 3-2, but they find a way to win. Canada goes through. Croatia versus Japan. I like Japan. I want Japan to do well, but I hate to say it. Croatia goes through. They're a better team than Japan. I don't see how Japan does anything to get past Croatia. I think the way Japan plays could actually be a detriment against a team like Croatia. Frankly, I think it very well could be. Next up, Brazil versus Uruguay. I got Brazil. Brazil proved their dominance in CONMEBOL already. They're better than Uruguay. They're the stronger team, an undefeated team in qualifying. Brazil easily finds their way through them. Portugal versus Switzerland. I got Portugal. Switzerland is a milquetoast mid team right now. Portugal, Cristiano is going to be on a mission. Ronaldo is going to be on a mission. And I think they push through. They push through. Netherlands versus Argentina. I got Argentina. This one's going to be a good one if this one comes to pass. But Argentina, 2 very similar styles. 2 very similar groups of players. But I think Argentina is the slightly better team. I think Argentina, tactically, slightly better. Play-wise, slightly better. They have a better level of player. Of course, you have Leo Messi. He might have to do it single-handedly, but I think Argentina gets through. United States versus Denmark. I think Denmark gets through. I think Denmark will tactically outmaneuver the U.S. I think this will be the moment where Greg Berhalter gets thrown into the deep end tactically and he just can't find a way to win. I got Denmark to the semis. Brazil versus Canada. This is where it ends for Canada. I'd love to say they could beat Brazil. Could it be like the Belgium game in 2018? Maybe, but I don't think Tite is going to be stupid enough to leave Casemiro off again. I got Brazil. I hate to say it, but I think Brazil finds a way through. Then Croatia versus Portugal. I think Portugal wins. I think this is one where Cristiano Ronaldo single-handedly wins the match. I think that's the way it has to go. Two Real Madrid legends facing each other, but I think Cristiano gets it done. Argentina versus Brazil, a CONMEBOL Copa America final rematch in the semifinal of the World Cup. I got Argentina. I think Argentina, again, will show they're the better team. I think they were the better team throughout CONMEBOL from my eye test, throughout qualifying and Copa America. I think Argentina will win the match. I think they'll go to the final. Brazil to the third place game. Denmark versus Portugal. I got Portugal. At this point, I think Portugal's just slightly the better team than Denmark, but there's also destiny at play here. Third place game, Brazil versus Denmark. I think Brazil wallops Denmark 3-1. I think that's a pretty obvious call. Then the final is Argentina versus Portugal. The one we all want. I think the one that everybody's been talking about, the one that everybody hopes for. The final being Argentina versus Portugal this year. Everybody wants it. Everybody wants it. And I think that would be the biggest final in World Cup history. Just by the story. The two GOATs facing each other. The two greatest of all time facing each other. Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo playing each other in the World Cup final. And what could possibly be both their final World Cups. We know it's Messi's, but Cristiano, if he wins, he says he retires. If he loses, I guarantee you he goes one more because he's got that like Tom Brady time versus Cristiano factor. He can beat Father Time. At least he thinks he can. But with that being said, I think we're going to have Cristiano at 2026 because I think Argentina and Lionel Messi win the World Cup. I think Argentina, this is their moment. And as I said, they're going to carry Leo as far as they can, and then he has to do the rest. And I think this is the moment. If you get him back to a final, he's going to take over from there. And he's going to have his moments before the final as well. But I think the final is where Leo says, this is it. This is the moment. And I think this is a Leo Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo one-man team versus one-man team type situation where it's just punch for punch, basically from them. And maybe a little bit of a appearance from Bruno Fernandes or Angel Di Maria. Maybe. But I think Argentina gets it done. I think Argentina finds a way to win. And I think they go to penalties. I think it's 5-4 on penalties for Argentina. I think that's how the World Cup ends. Argentina will lift the World Cup trophy. And Messi goes out a champion. So with that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlists. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow morning for the first game of the World Cup. Qatar versus Ecuador. Live and review. It's World Cup time. Let's have the run. Let's have some fun. I'll see you then. See you then. With that being said, I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later. Time for the World Cup. Can't wait. Let's have some fun.